Welcome to Talking Racine. We got a good discussion this evening. I'm here with Jim Spodek, Ken Lumpkin, our guest, Fabi Maldonado.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
And I'm Dr. Jorgen. Hey, welcome. It's good to have you here. The discussion tonight is going to concern open records. And open records basically means that a citizen has the right to access any public records from any governmental agency. Now, there's certain guidelines that are imposed on that, but they're not very restrictive at all. I mean, they're just certain things that the average citizen is not allowed to access. Like, I'll go over this a little bit. This is exciting stuff. Drafts, notes, preliminary documents, and other similar materials, purely personal property with no relation to the office. Material with access limited due to copyright, patent, or bequest. Trade secrets, social security numbers, plans, or specs for state buildings. You don't want terrorists knowing when the elevators are going up and down and that kind of stuff.
Got it.
Information obtained for law enforcement purposes when required by federal law or regulation as a condition to receipt of state aids. Whatever that is, you had nothing to do with that anyway.
No AIDS.
No aids. Computer programs. But the material that's generated during the use of a computer program is certainly supposed to be available. Certain employee information, again, social security numbers, health information, that kind of stuff, criminal records. Identities of certain applicants for public positions, identities of law enforcement informants, attorney-client privilege, published material available for sale at the library. They're very easy restrictions to work within when you're looking for public information, and none of the information that you were requesting would in any way be impacted by any of these, is my understanding.
No.
Yeah.
No. So right after our lawsuit, Thomas Holmes for the City of Racine, I thought that the lawsuit ended kind of weird.
Yeah.
So,
we should do a quick recap. Everybody that doesn't know, Fabi Maldonado is the son of a family who owned a tavern here in Racine, and they were a part of a multi-member lawsuit against the City of Racine for discrimination.
Yep.
But, this is the city of Racine. And we really wanted to have a good talk with somebody about these problems.
It's just unfair how we lost everything my dad worked for. Is just gone now. Since I was a kid, me and my brother have been working here, and everything is just gone. There's nothing left. Like, we have nothing. Our business, that was what my dad saved for, for the longest time, and we have nothing anymore.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't mean to interrupt
that's
you,
fine.
but
No,
I
that's
wanted
fine.
to have people understand
So,
a little bit of who you are.
After that lawsuit, I felt like things were still a little fishy. I wasn't at peace, so I put a records request for Kara Spotto. She's one of the publisher for the
Well, she's a Journal Times reporter.
Journal Times reporter. Yeah. And my original request actually was Alderman Sandy Widener and Alderman Jim Kaplan. Mm-hmm. So I requested emails from both of those aldermen.
What stimulated your request for those particular aldermen?
Well, I had gotten a tip that Alderman Jim Kaplan had sent racist emails to all these other aldermen, and I wanted to know for myself. I wanted to see if that email was in there.
Yeah.
So I did the request, and originally I got.
Now this took place in, when did you initially
December. It was the first 2 weeks of December of 2015.
So that's a year ago from right now as we're taping this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to request to see what the email. I wanted to see it for myself. Why are these aldermen who claim they're not racist not speaking up from racist emails?
Yeah, good point.
That was what I wanted to see for myself. I also wanted to see.
And of course, you didn't want to cast any aspersions on anybody if these emails didn't exist.
If they didn't exist,
Right.
Exactly. And then, also our lawyers, these emails were out there. Why didn't they get them?
True.
So-
That sounds good.
I just wanted to see for myself. Like I said, I was just not at peace.
So what happened when you made this request for records? And it was a fairly broad request that you made initially, correct?
Yeah, it was. Originally I wanted everything from Jim Kaplan and Sandy Widener.
Mm-hmm.
Going back 3 months. It was the original request.
Okay.
And what I got was a response from Neutron.
No, who's Neutron?
Neutron is assistant city attorney.
Yeah.
And that's an Asian name. It's not neutron like part of an atom, but it's just
Yeah.
her name. Yeah.
Got it.
It's not. I'm not sending requests to bonds.
Right.
So let's clarify that.
No
But yeah.
neutron bombs in City Hall.
But yeah, that original request was just to see what was going on in those emails or whatnot. So I got a respond back, and she responded with it would cost hundreds of dollars for that for me to get a response back, and
And this is at 25 cents a page.
25 cents a
Yeah,
page.
which is the maximum allowable by statute. It's 15 to 25 cents.
Yeah,
And
well,
of course, they took it to 25.
Well, there's three in the Mooney Code. There's three things you could do, right? So you could print them out. It'd be 25 cents a page. Charge up to 25 cents a page. You could scan them into a USB drive, or you can investigate them yourself. You could go look through them.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
where you're provided a space where you can
Exactly.
go and review these things. And
Exactly.
presumably they're on some kind of electronic media.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So she responded back that she has to do a balancing test. I believe it was called, which it's reasonable.
Oh,
And it's
yeah,
part of the
I-
it's part of the law. You have to make sure you don't get any health records or social security numbers or
Okay, but
whatnot.
you're talking about emails from what I gathered.
From a reporter to the alderman.
Well, no,
Yeah.
there was first it was from Alderman Kaplan to Alderman.
Alderman
Oh yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the original. Yeah, you're right.
That was the first
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and that's the one we're going to concentrate on now. And that was what you suspected, a racist email from Jim Kaplan to Sandy Widener, or all the aldermen.
Yes.
But you just decided that you were going to,
Pick those two.
just pick those two, and
To narrow the
kinda-
search.
Yeah.
narrow the search and zeroed in on it. Okay.
So she told me it would cost. I can't remember the exact price, but it was a couple $100, like $500, $300, something around there.
And that was just between those two
Just those two aldermen.
in a brief span
3
of
months,
time.
3
3
months.
months' time.
I did get a call from Alderman Sandy Widener, and she told me if I need help, if she could help along the way, she would.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate that.
Which is the hallmark of a public official, a good public
Right.
official.
Right.
Calling up a constituent that's having a problem or that has an issue that he wants to investigate and offering to help.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't a problem. I just wanted to know. I
Right.
just wanted to see
Got
the
it.
records request. But she told me I told her there was over. Neutron responded back. There was over. I couldn't remember the exact amount. It was over 100 or 44, something like that. Emails, and it cost like $300 to print, $300 to $500 to print. And she told me there's nothing near 144 emails sent between her and Alderman Jim Kaplan.
Well-
But they never gave me the option to come in and inspect the emails.
Yeah.
And it's in their Mooney Code. It's in their, that's their law.
Well, it's in the state statute
The state
as well.
statute,
I reviewed
So
the
you're
statute.
requesting, let's just so everybody gets it, the viewers get it, you're requesting 3 months of emails between Jim Kaplan and Sandy Widener.
Correct.
Okay.
And they say there's 144 of them, and it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars.
Exactly.
And the law stipulate that you have 3 options, right?
There's 3 options. Yes.
Yeah.
I could originally I could go in there and inspect the emails, and if I want to purchase the emails, I could purchase them either 2 ways. I could do it hard copy, which they could charge up to 25 cents, or I could do it digitally with a USB.
Yeah.
Just provide them a USB, and I'll get my
Information.
my
right.
information.
Did you get the information?
They didn't offer 2 of those options. They only went
Okay.
straight to the. I have
Print.
to pay 25 cents a page.
Yeah. Did you bring to their attention the fact that you'd be willing to just sit and
Oh yeah,
look at
I emailed. Me and Neutron were emailing each other back. And I asked who was the custodian of the records, so I could speak to them in person. And she told me she wasn't sure. I believe that was the email.
Who did she go to find out that there were 144 if she wasn't sure who the custodian was? That's a good question.
She
huh?
sent me to Paul.
No, I'm saying when she found out that there were 144, who gave her that information if it wasn't the custodian of records?
Good question. Because I asked her, who is the custodian? Who is the custodian? And for a while, I was getting sent back and forth between her and a gentleman by the name of Paul Aconda.
Paul Ancona.
Yeah, Paul Ancona. And I was messaging him, like, where could I talk to the custodian? And he would send me back to Neutron, and Neutron would send me back to Paul. So it was just, I did that for a couple of, like, maybe 2 months, maybe.
Oh, they were ping-ponging.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, what was his position?
I guess he's the official custodian.
Well, of the MIS department, which is
Yeah.
It's systems.
I don't know what the M is for, but it's information systems.
Right. He's the computers and the emails.
Yeah.
Now you got to remember emails. Anybody that's got a computer and has an email account. In the search bar, you can put in a certain name. Boom! It'll pop up all the emails. There's no magic here. The city wants to make it like it's some big magical thing that goes on, and this bouncing around is very. I've been through an email.
Yeah.
And I've done this with them, and the city of Racine is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Getting
So
information.
I actually did pay one of those requests. It was like, I don't know if it was the $500 one or the $50 one or the $100 one. I paid one of those requests, and I got nothing but like I got a whole bunch of like random emails, carbon copy
Right,
emails,
right. Well, that's the trick.
a whole bunch of like I got so many repeated emails. I know there was this one email I got like 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
well, that's what they do. They, then that's how they generate the paper costs. So the cost of the emails come up. So then they say, well, it's $300 or $500.
Yep.
When actually, if you had a chance to look at it, now I know they're going to come back with the balancing act. What if there's some personal information or healthcare information? I for the viewers, I just want to go back to the racist email that you were looking for from Jim Kaplan. Did you ever receive it?
Now listen to this. So after they sent me that, after I bought those emails, I responded back like, no, I want emails from Sandy Widener to Jim Kaplan or vice versa. Specifically, that's what I want. They send me back one email. They mail me one back, and it's an email where Jim Kaplan sends to all aldermen at who are in office at that time, where he goes on this racist rant against Islam.
Mm-hmm.
People who are Islam are not people. Like it was nasty. It was really nasty. Somebody who's in public office should not have these type of opinions against our people in the community.
Not becoming to a public official. And even if they do harbor those kind of feelings, they certainly shouldn't be sharing them.
Exactly. Now, my thing is, sorry to cut you off. My thing is, where are these aldermen who received this email? Why did they not speak up? Why didn't they not take this to Carol's bottle? Where are they now? After that lawsuit for the Thomas Homes in the city of Racine, even if I was the mayor, or the alderman, even if they denied all the claims, why wouldn't you just take it out as a good person, be like, you know what? Let's not ever let this ever happen again. Let's do something to never, no more discrimination in this town. Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
Let's not ever let it go this far again. Nothing.
Now, who you
Crickets.
feel that should come from?
Every alderman,
Yeah.
specifically minority aldermen. Like where are you right now? It was crickets.
So, but this continued on for quite a while. I mean, did you make additional requests?
So yes, after I got this one email,
Well, why didn't they send you all the emails?
like exactly. Now here's the thing. There was more than just that one email. They specifically sent me just that email though.
Why would they just throw? I guess basically they threw Kaplan
They're
under the
just
bus.
throwing Jim Kaplan under the bus. Reason why is because Jim Kaplan was leaving office.
What was the content of that particular email?
The contact of the email was Jim Kaplan sending like his little morning spiritual, whatever.
Yeah, I read that at one time
Yeah.
several months ago, and it was disparaging toward Muslims.
Yeah.
Basically, is what it
Yeah,
was.
wake up kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a wake up call to
They're coming to
America.
get you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
right.
this is not the first time that
No.
Kaplan ever been accused of racism.
Oh no, he admitted that in the deposition. It ain't the first time I get him. I was.
Well,
accused
wasn't
of
he?
being
Wasn't
racist.
he tied in with the Joel? What's his name?
Joe Sparrow from
from Arizona.
from Arizona, the sheriff.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
Arpaio.
emailing with
Arpaio.
him. Oh,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sheriff.
And what were they accusing you of as part of the recall?
I don't remember the exact wording.
Well, you wrote Sheriff Joe about it, didn't you?
That was what do you call them? A blank or a bucket email, whatever. He sent out a bunch of them to different officers, and I was just replying.
Sheriff Joe
Yeah,
from Maricopa County, Arizona. You're on his mailing list?
No.
You got an email from him.
I get emails every day from all the candidates that are running for president.
You wrote back to Sheriff Joe.
Yes, I did. Did I think he was going to read it?
You told him that he's not the only one being accused of racism, right? You are too.
Isn't that a fact?
That you're both being accused of racism? I would say so.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost, if it wasn't so sad, it's comical.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, it's almost like a cartoon.
But
You can laugh. It's okay.
Yeah, I remember in one of the open, one of the I don't know what you call it, but when they was closing up, they was trying to close up Thomas Home Bar. He was removed from the
Due
committee.
process hearing, yeah.
Yeah, as a due process hearing, he was removed from the hearing as a committee member because of a racial remark that he made towards Home. And one of his fellow aldermen, brought it to light. And the chairman of that particular committee asked him to step down.
Yeah.
But they never publicly said
This is the
what racial
thing. I mean, we've
statement he made.
that lawsuit brought out so many racist emails and different things that were just, it was just so obvious that the culture of Racine was racist. And I think you're,
When you say you talking about
I'm talking about the administration.
the administration
in general,
Yeah, the aldermen
I mean,
and the
Well, let's kind of get back to
Right.
the open
Okay.
records thing. I mean, because we can talk about the
Yeah,
racism
we'll get
in
to that
Racine
on another
for a long
episode,
time.
so
But this went on for quite some time. In fact, you
Yeah.
just got a letter. You
But-
eventually sent a letter to the Department of Justice
yeah, but
because
before
you were getting stonewalled.
before I did that though, Doc, I went to after I got that racist email, I went to back to Neutron, and I said I want everything from Carol Spottle and Mick Burke. Now these guys are reporters from the Racine Journal Times. These guys are not elected officials. They have nothing private going on here. I want their emails from any alderman and the mayor or anybody from the committees, and I requested those emails. And they sent me back a response that it would cost over $3,000. It was close to $3,000.
I thought it was $2,300.
$2,300 for these emails.
Yeah, don't exaggerate. Leave that up to
I'm
the
sorry.
other
I'm
guys.
sorry, guys. But it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But it was
I-
23. It was $2,300. But
9,000 emails. I saw that email.
Yeah.
9,000 emails. Now, again, that's multiple emails being sent to the same email.
Well, it's over a period of 6 years, right?
5 years.
Yeah, it was-
something like that.
yeah.
I mean, it's a
2010.
period of time. I get it. Go ahead.
well, it's true. Like it was a
Yeah.
long time. It was 5 years.
But then
5
you
6 years.
shortened it, and go ahead.
But yeah, like I told them, can I specifically asked Neutron, can you please set up an appointment for me so I could come down and inspect these emails? It's in your Mooney code. I could come in and inspect these emails. I do not have to purchase them. I just want to see them. She told me that to go to Paul Aconda. I went to Paul. I told Paul the same thing, and he's like, well, it has to go to the attorney first. It has to go to the district attorney first. And,
Now keep in mind, they're
City
sending
attorney.
him to the city attorney.
yeah,
All he's doing is asking to look at public records.
from 2 reporters.
Yeah.
Who are not public
Things
officials.
that should be open to any member
Who
of
are
the
not going to
public.
talk about Social Security numbers. I mean, if
No.
I'm going to send something to a reporter, I'm not giving them my Social Security number, my health care
Or your criminal
requirement.
record or anything.
Well,
Yeah.
they'll probably know that.
But no personal information. And
No, I wasn't asking for
yeah.
personal information,
Exactly.
and I think they know that because obviously they sent me that one specific racist email.
Well, you know what? But you want to kick. I mean, just for a second. You know what that tells me? There's other emails they didn't want you to see.
Exactly.
And I remember there was a little bit going on there with. There was something with drug users in the city of Racine or something like that at that time. And that I remember that. Now we discussed it, I think, and I said, there's something else going on there. Why don't they send you? If this is what you requested, why do they just send you to one? And you told me that they called you. Didn't they call you?
Oh, that's right. Neutron called me, and it sounded like she was on speakerphone. I would ask her questions, and there would be like a pause. Every time she would respond, there'd be like some kind of pause. So I'm pretty sure there were some other people in that room.
What time of the day was that?
It was after hours, like after 4 o'clock or after 5 o'clock.
After the city closed?
After the city closed, she called me.
Yeah.
So she was tied. There's other people. I know there was other people in the room. It was not a natural conversation like you know how anybody would have.
So basically, they were baiting you. They fished out and said, "What are you looking for?"
Oh yeah, they were asking.
You're looking for that racist email. We throw Jim Kaplan under the bus here. We'll throw you some meat. You forget about the rest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
But you didn't.
But I didn't. I pushed even farther, and I said I want everything from Carol Spottle, reporter, Mick Burke, reporter. They gave me the runaround.
To and from a specific alderman, or just,
I said originally it was any email from Carol Spottle and Mick Burke, and then it was like I think that one was the one over $3,000.
to and from City Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I narrowed it down to just Carol Spottle, and then that was like $2,300.
And that absolutely should be open to the public.
Exactly.
I mean,
And you know,
isn't that what journalism is all about?
Exactly.
Getting information to the public.
for real.
Isn't that the function of
Where was Carol?
We're talking about Digital Times. That's why that's.
Where's Carol Spottle's report on like why didn't nobody talk about the discrimination that went on in Racine? She only talked about alleged racism. She never did any reporting or any journalism or anything about what they would do to fix it or none of that.
And they knew specifically what was going on.
Well, there was no expository reporting on the evidence itself.
I even went to Carol Spottle myself. I sat down with her and I told her that. I'm like, where's the reporting on this? I told her that some of the reporting that you reported wasn't true in the Journal Times, and she said, "Well, I'm sorry that was like your lawyers never contacted us about anything that was wrong in my reporting." So I'm like, "You're just randomly reporting things? You just whatever you hear from the elder? Where are you getting this information from? You know
where it was coming from."
So. But yeah.
All right, so this has been dragging on for now. This
in April.
You haven't really gotten anything, have you?
Well, I got one response from.
No, I mean in terms of actual. Emails.
Oh no, still I haven't gotten that one email. It's been over a year.
We got the one email with Kaplan email.
One racist email from Kaplan.
Okay, so
we're living in Trump America now. Racist jokes are on the table, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
So anyway, it goes on for a year, and then you had contacted the Department of Justice.
Yes, I sent an email to Brad Schimmel,
the Attorney General of the state of Wisconsin.
Yep.
You're good, Bobby.
And he.
And that was in April of this year, 2016.
And he just sent me, and it wasn't even him. It was, do you have the email?
I got a copy of the letter here.
It was his,
It came from his Assistant Attorney General, Paul M. Ferguson.
And can you read the last sentence for us, please?
Yeah, there's two complete pages of response quoting statutes, so on and so forth, public records law, blah, blah, blah. But the final sentence, this is a gem. The information provided in this letter does not constitute an informal or formal opinion of the Attorney General pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 165.0155, paragraph 1. In other words, 3 pages of nothing.
Yeah, basically, in a nutshell.
Well, basically, sue us if you think there's something wrong. You have an option to go to court.
I mean, the Attorney General should be protecting the interest of a private citizen.
Exactly.
I mean, they shouldn't be like stonewalling on behalf of the local government. I mean, Brad Schimmel ran on the
transparency.
Transparency.
I remember that.
Yeah,
his campaign was all about the transparency, and he would promise to be a lot of open government for everybody.
So you probably felt encouraged. I've been getting nowhere here in Racine. I'm gonna go and talk to Brad Schimmel. He's the guy who ran on this. I'll get some action out of these people.
Nope. It's transparency for
not a brick in the wall.
Yep. It's only transparency for the people who are privileged, I guess. People who are part of the system, part of the club.
If they want to see what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
well, it's quite a saga.
What would be the? How would you feel that this matter could be resolved? What would you like to see happen? Then just send you all the emails?
The only way, no, it's not even going to be that. They're not going to send me these emails. They're not. I don't think I ever get these emails, unless I pay thousands of dollars.
But you don't have to pay thousands of dollars.
I know.
By
don't
law,
have to,
you should be allowed to go and they should provide
them.
you a space where you can inspect them.
The only way to go back to your question, I think the only way to ever do this is like what Donald Trump said: is to drain the swamp. That'd be the only way. We have to clean house in Wisconsin. because all these people are like, it's like, you know how the police are like Team Blue, like they always stick up for each other no matter if they're white or black. Police will stick up for police, and government officials will stand up for government officials. That's what the message is.
The one problem with draining the swamp, though, is where does the water go?
Lake Michigan, S.C. Johnson needs it.
Right out to our drinking water intake, pal.
Oh man, that's quite a story, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel it's all the way up to the state government that they are just trying to stonewall you
Yeah.
and keep you from
Do you intend to
receiving-
pursue this any further? Because it strikes me that there's very, very probably some things that they don't want you to see, which would encourage me very strongly to want to see them.
Exactly. The more they stonewall me, the more I'm. Why is it so hard for you guys to give me a response?
Again, going back to the one alderman that you.
I just want emails from.
You requested some records, and she called you and asked how could she help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told her.
That's the
I'm like,
the standard that we should be going by.
I got a letter to saying that there's 144 emails. She's like, there's no way. There's 144 emails.
Mm-hmm.
So if the alderman who is actually writing these emails are telling me something different than what Neutron is telling me, you know what I mean? Like, why are you lying to me? Like, why are you lying so much?
Okay. Well, then I'll tell you what.
You claim you're not racist, but you won't give me those emails. Why?
Hey Jim, in the lawsuit that the bars brought forward, wasn't there some emails that the attorneys asked for and they received?
They received quite a few, and I was able to glean a lot of emails out of there, and a lot of them were racist, and some of them were racist among aldermen to aldermen.
Exactly.
You know?
Can you kind of give an example?
The ends will never start a revolution. Happy hunting minority people.
That was from an alderman to a police officer.
That was a police officer to another police officer.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm going to put. We're going to have a time where I'm going to be able to categorize them all so people can actually view
So
them.
some of the emails that he didn't receive,
we've got some.
you believe that they are really out there?
Oh, I got them.
No, we got them.
Yeah.
Well, not all of the ones that you requested.
Not every single one that I requested, you know, and
But it is some emails. I guess what I'm asking, it is some emails out there that have racial statements in them.
Absolutely.
oh yes.
What would you say to opponents that will probably voice their opinion that these open meetings requests, all these open records requests, really take up a whole lot of the employee time and it's a waste of taxpayers' money?
I'd like to answer that.
Please do.
The public policy of the state is that all persons, now this is Wisconsin statute, that all persons are entitled to the greatest possible information regarding the affairs of government and the official acts of these officers and employees who represent them. That's the foundation of our democracy. And I always say, it takes a little time, you have to redact, you have to do certain things. Racine is notorious for the shell game. We're going to move it around. We're going to change it up. We're going to BS you with legal mumbo jumbo. And democracy is messy, and that's really what we're doing here. You know, we're going to put the truth out there, and the retaliation, I'm sure, is going to be great. But it doesn't matter, because as long as you speak the truth and follow the law, it will, in the end, conquer.
Well, what I would say is public officials and public servants should not be engaging in behavior that raises the fears, the anxieties, and the anger of the citizenry. And when they do those things, they need to be held accountable and responsible. And if it's going to take a little bit of time to prove it, so be it.
Now, should that be coming from the attorney's office? Should it be coming from the
What
city
attorney?
clerk?
City attorney?
The city attorney?
I know what it's-
The city
Should come from leadership.
attorney, or should it be coming from the head of government in a city, which would be the mayor?
It should come from whatever governmental agency is involved.
Well, here's the thing. Racist emails, incidents that happen that are unquestionably wrong, at least on the surface. Where's the mayor? Where's the police chief? I don't see the police chief doing actually responding to
Even
this.
the city attorney, when she saw this, like, how do you not get sick from looking at something like that? You know what?
It's a club, Bobby.
Yeah, I know it's a club, but you know what? I'm just saying, like, why did she not? You know, even Neutron. You know, she's a minority. You know.
Here's the thing: she was a public defender, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you haven't seen injustice, Neutron? You haven't seen problems out there? You can stand there and watch things go on in front of you for what, money?
See, what I want to know now is, do Muslim business owners, do they get treated differently
Absolutely.
than white-owned businesses?
Well, you're
I-
intermingling religion and race.
Oh, okay. But
So-
Christians. Let's do
Well,
Christians.
I mean, really, if good point. I've got an alderman sending stuff about Muslims,
Yeah.
and I've got Muslim store owners, and I'm going to ask for a liquor license within the city, and this alderman is sitting on that committee. Am I getting a fair?
Or non-Muslims. We'll just go like that. Muslims versus non-Muslims. You're right. It was white.
You know, and you could question the fact. I think I spoke on one of the episodes that we had. You have Indians, not Indians. I think they may be Arabs that want development, and they was turned down by the city. Do the attitudes towards, they are Muslims.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Right.
Do that have something to do with it? And that question can be asked if you have these emails floating around
Right.
City Hall and the mayor refusing
If they
to say anything about it.
if they look Middle Eastern, how about we'll rephrase it that way?
They're
If they
actually
look Middle
they're actually
Eastern.
Palestinian.
Yeah.
So whether
But business owners throughout Racine who look Middle Eastern, do they get treated differently than non-Middle Eastern people? Business owners in Racine. So now that's a question I want to know. Something that we can investigate.
well, we'll keep you posted.
Caraspato.
We'll keep you posted on Fabi Maldonado's continued quest to
Good
get
job,
information, and we'll keep you posted on this incident that happened last week with the dog being shot. And we appreciate you viewing, and we'll see you next time.